What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Zhilei Zhang versus Deontay Wilder, and this was a 12-rounder in the heavyweight division, and this fight was Saturday, June 1st from the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and this fight was broadcasted on the Zone pay-per-view as part of the 5v5 Matchroom versus Queensberry broadcast. And in this fight, Queensberry absolutely sweeps Matchroom, taking every single fight, winning, I believe, with a score of 12-0 over Matchroom. Just wow. I mean, Zhilei Zhang destroyed Deontay Wilder in this fight. And I know a lot of people were actually picking Wilder to win, but he's finished, man. And it kind of sucks to see. But leading up to the stoppage, I had this fight scored 40-36 for Zhilei Zhang. And just to break this fight down round by round, round number one, I felt like it could have maybe went either way. It was kind of a feel-out round. Not much really happened. Zhang landed a straight to the body. Wilder tried to fire off with a right hand. But, I mean, really, throughout this fight, Wilder he just didn't look the same. His punches weren't coming off as snappy, as powerful. And he just looked supersized in there. Or Zhang looked much, much bigger. And even Fury didn't even make Wilder look that small. I mean, Wilder looked really small in this fight. I mean, it was just kind of shocking. And then in the second round, Zhang was just backing up Wilder, and Wilder wasn't really doing much back. It was kind of like the Parker fight, where he'd just go in the corner, get hit, and not really do anything. Same in rounds 3 and 4. Wilder just didn't do anything. He would get hit with shots in the corner, backed up on the ropes, and just wasn't doing anything. He'd land a right hand here and there, but I mean, it wasn't as snappy, like I said before, and it just sucks to see. But then in the fifth round, after kind of an encouraging talk to in the corner, Wilder came out and actually was firing on Zhang, and it looked like he might have had Zhang a little bit shaken in the beginning of the round as he fired off numerous right hands to the face of Zhang. However, really later on in that round, Zhang turned it up as he was able to catch Wilder with a massive right hook that spun him around and rocked him bad. And Wilder was so hurt that he was somewhat complaining to the ref. And then Zhang jumped in with a massive hook again, and this put Wilder flattened out on the canvas. And I'm shocked Wilder stood up. He actually was able to get up, but he was extremely wobbly, and the referee rightfully stopped the fight. But props to Wilder for trying to get up there and actually getting up, but he was rocked with that big right hand and flattened out. And that's really the first time I've ever seen Wilder drop that badly, obviously, besides the Fury knockout in the third fight. And this goes into question here, or I mean, really, just to talk about Deontay Wilder, or I'll talk about him later, actually, but when I talk about what could be next. But for Zhilei Zhang first, a big win here. Before this fight, he obviously lost to Joseph Parker by very close decision. And now knocking out Deontay Wilder, getting some big wins here. Zhilei Zhang obviously has heated up since having that controversial loss to Filip Hrgovic. So for Zhilei Zhang, what could be next? We could possibly see him face Ajit Kabayel, who obviously got that victory over Frank Sanchez a few weeks ago. And we could possibly see, obviously, Zhilei Zhang take on maybe, obviously, Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua. But obviously, what I said earlier in my other video about Dubois and Hrgovic, we're probably going to see Dubois take on Joshua. But obviously, Joshua could still be an option for Zhang. We could obviously see Zhilei Zhang take on possibly the winner of, obviously, the rematch with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. We could obviously see, not Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. And we could obviously see Zhilei Zhang take on Joseph Parker in a rematch to try and get his vengeance off of that really, really tight loss. So Zhilei Zhang has a lot of options. But as for Deontay Wilder, he's 38, has lost 2 fights in a row, hasn't looked himself. I think he's going to hang up the gloves, I'm going to be honest. And he talked about this before this fight. He was going to try and give everything he had in this one. And I think he's going to retire. But obviously, sucks to see it. You guys probably don't know, but I'm 17 now. I used to watch Wilder. I saw him at a event in Florida. And, I mean, I used to watch him back when he was knocking all these guys out in PBC shows. Like when I was like 10, 9 years old, 8 years old, and it was obviously fun to watch. I would always tune into a Wilder fight back in like 2016, 2015, and it obviously sucks to see almost 10 years later, 9 years later, that he's getting knocked out on these cards and he's going to retire. But, I mean, he obviously had a very fun career, had some fun moments, obviously giving Fury all he could have in some of those fights, and Yeah, great career from Deontay Wilder. 10 defenses of his WBC belt. But, I mean, if he retires, great career. If not, obviously it kind of it'll suck to see him in the ring again. But, I mean, maybe he could go out in his last fight and take on someone that he could definitely beat or something. Go out on a win or something like that. But who knows what could be next for Wilder? Possibly retirement. And yeah, that's really it. Or actually, overall, Zhang obviously defeats Deontay Wilder by a brutal fifth round knockout, improving his record obviously to 27-2. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.